Evening, everyone, and welcome to the City of North Miami Code Enforcement hearing. Today is November 7th, 2018, and I am Beatrice Kezo, Special Magistrate for the City of North Miami. The purpose of this hearing is to determine if a code violation exists at your property. If you're just walking in, please come forward and sign in, please. Where was I? The purpose of this hearing is to determine if a code violation exists at your property as observed and cited by a code enforcement officer of the city. If the city is not able to prove its case, then I will dismiss the case and you may leave. These proceedings are being recorded, therefore all persons who are speaking should do so one at a time to ensure that all testimony is clearly audible on the recording device. If English is not your primary language, then please inform me when I call your case. We have a translator who will. Do we have the Spanish translator?
He's on his way. He's stuck in traffic.
Okay. We have a translator who will assist you during the proceedings. When your case is called, the property owner, agent for the property owner, and any witness that you may have should come forward to the podium on the left side of the room. When asked, please speak directly into the microphone and say aloud your name, your business or mailing address, and your relationship to the property. If you are not the property owner or an attorney representing the property owner, then you must present a notarized power of attorney affidavit in order for your testimony to be taken on behalf of the property owner. For new cases, you will be asked for the record if you are aware of and understand the violation that is being heard today. And do you understand what is required to resolve the violation? Please answer accordingly. The city will present its case first, and then the property owner and or violator will be given an opportunity to testify on their own behalf, to bring forward witnesses to testify, to present evidence and photographs, and to cross-examine the city's witnesses. Following the case presentation, I will issue a finding of fact on the case. If I find that a violation, if you're just coming in, please come forward and sign in. Following the case presentation, I will issue a finding of fact on the case. If I find that a violation of city codes exists or existed at your property, then depending on the case type, I will set an abatement date for the violation to be resolved. Or for repeat violations, I will impose a daily fine amount. For new, non-repeat cases, my order will include an abatement date by which you must resolve the violation and a daily fine amount that I may impose at a future hearing date should the violation not be resolved by the abatement date. If I find sufficient cause to postpone enforcement action at this time, I will table this case proceedings to another hearing date in the future. If you do not agree with my finding or fact and or ruling, then the property owner may appeal the administrative order on the case to the circuit court. An appeal must be filed within 30 days of the date of the execution of the administrative order to be appealed. In accordance with Florida statutes, if a person decides to appeal any decision made by the special magistrate with respect to any matter considered at these proceedings, then the person will need a verbatim record of the proceeding. This record includes the testimony and evidence upon which the appeal is to be based. The cost of obtaining the verbatim record shall be the sole responsibility of the appellant. And it is recommended that persons who plan to appeal the case should provide their own court reporter at these proceedings. Pursuant to city codes, if the city of North Miami prevails in prosecuting a case before the special magistrate, the city shall be entitled to recover all costs incurred in prosecuting the case. The current cost assessment amount is $100 per case. Once the city records an order that imposes a fine and authorizes a lien against the property, then the city will charge additional administrative fees to record and release the lien. If you are present and will be given testimony on a case, please rise and raise your right hand so the officer could administer the oath.
If you're gonna be speaking in any case, please stand up so you can be sworn in.
No, if they're present and will be speaking, please stand up and raise your right hand. I'm going to assume all those sitting will not be giving testimony on any matters tonight. Okay, proceed.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in these proceedings will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Just say aloud, I do. I do. Everyone, please stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. Face the flag and repeat after me.
I pledge
Allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. All of those, and I'll swear the Spanish and I will do one at a time.
Well, if we need an interpreter, then we'll have to swear him in. But for now, it's up to you. Go ahead.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the translations which you're about to give in these proceedings will be accurate and correct to the best of your knowledge, skills, and ability?
I do.
Two people just walked in.
All right, please announce for the record if there are any additions, deletions, or any amendments to the hearing agenda.
Yes, item number 4, CEPFY 2018-00439 is complied. Item number 7, CEEXP 2018-00157 is complied. Item number 8, CEFAW 2018-00209 is complied. Item number 9, CEFAW 2018-00095 is a owner change. Item number 10, CEPOD 2018-00013 is complied. Item 16, CEEXP 2018-00160 is postponed 1 month. Item 17, CEJNK 2018-00146 is complied. Item 18, CEJNK 2018-00142 is complied. Item 19, CEPFW 2018-00411 is complied. Item 20, CENUS 2018-00616 is postponed to December. Item 21, CEJNK 2018-00144 is postponed to December. Item 24, CEJNK 2018-00140 is complied. Item 29, CEEXP 2018-00158 is postponed 1 month. Item 31, CEOSB 2018-00066 is complied. Item 33, CEGMP 2018-00072 is postponed 1 month. Item 38, CEFAW 2018-00151 is complied. Item 39, MHVIO 2018-01031 is complied. Item 49, CEPOD 2018-00010 is complied. Item 50, CENUS 2018-00453 is complied. Item 51, CERCV 2018-00029 is postponed 1 month. Item 53, CETOV 2018-00002 is complied. Item 54, CEFAW 2018-00117, it's a owner change. Item 58, CEFAW 2018-00231 is complied. Item 60, CESUM 2018-00003 is complied. Item 62, CEFAW 2018-00218 is complied. Item 63, CEPFY 2018-00423 is complied. Item 66, CEPFY 2018-00405 is complied. Item 68, CEPOF 2018-00007 is complied. Item 71, CEPFY 2018-00425 is complied. Item 72, CEGMP 2017-00065 is complied. Item 74, CEPFY 2018-00437 is complied. Item 75, CEPFY 2018-00413 is complied. Item 76, CEEXC 2018-00007, it's a ownership change. Item 77, CESIP 2018-00035 is a owner change. Item 79, CEGMP 2018-00020 is complied. Item 80, CEEXP 2018-00161 is complied. Item 87, CEJNK 2018-00045 is complied. Item 88, CEODS 2018-00045 is complied. Item 89, CERCV 2018-00126 is complied. Item 91, CERCV 2018-00118 is complied, and those are all the amendments to the agenda.
Okay, you may call the first case.
The first case is gonna be item 34, 35, 36, and 37. Is H2A Investment LLC. Shanna Sanders is the officer. The first case is CEDRP 2018-00004.
Is anyone present for this case? Please come forward.
I'm sorry, what was the first case?
Good evening.
CEDRP 2018-00004.
Correct.
Please state your full name in relationship to the property.
Yes, I'm the property manager. I represent the landlord.
Okay.
And first of all, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Um,
What is your name?
my name is Sadi Benemu.
Okay.
My phone number is 305-336-8778. My
Okay.
address is 989 Northeast 193rd Terrace, North Miami.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Shanna Sanders, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. This is a new case for property address 1835 Keystone Boulevard. The first case, as stated, CEDRP 2018-00004, is in reference to the rental of jet skis and the leasing of the dock at the premises. This is the property owner who I spoke to about a week or two ago in reference to the violations taking place at the property. That was my first time speaking with him. The only contact I've had is with the tenant at the property. This here is Marine Patrol Guido Andola. If he needs to give testimony, he will. I have several residents from the area who wants to also give testimony, but the tenant is not here from what I inspected today. They have moved out. I will let the property owner in, or I think he said the manager, explain what's going on with the property, but my testimony is, and what I have and Marine Patrol has observed, is a business going on at the property, renting of jet skis, renting of boats at the property. I'll again let the property owner explain if he will, and or Marine Patrol can give testimony as to what's going on. But there definitely is a business that's going on at this residence. I will state that this has been going on for months. I've recently taken over this area in May 4th to be exact. But from looking at previous records, this has been going on since October of last year. I originally cited it at the beginning of September, gave out a couple of notice of violations, issued a couple of tickets. I'm not sure if you remember, we had a couple of appeals that were presented before you. But again, we're here today still with the rental of the jet skis. So at this time, I'll turn it over to the property owner and our manager to let him explain what's going on with this property as well.
Sure, sir.
Thank you. First of all, I want to apologize to the community and the city for any inconvenience that my ex-tenant caused you guys. I mean, we are so sorry. We didn't know the first time we knew about it. We knew by a violation on May 10th, 2018. Before that date, we got a call from officer, I don't remember the last name exactly, Seltzer?
Sosa, Gene Sosa, he's Marine
Ye-
Patrol.
Yes, thank you. And I say, well, you know how the laws here are with the tenants and everything. They pay on time, and they do this. We need some proof. I don't have any idea of that. And it's okay. Believe me that Mr. Benemu, they are doing that. So May 3rd, 3 days after that, we send them a letter of non-renewal lease contract, just based on the word of the officer. Okay, that was right away. That was the first time we knew about it. And in the contract and the lease contract, I showed the officer, we have an addendum dated August 7th that it says very specifically they cannot sublet, rent any part, anything of this property. We didn't know about it. Again, we got the verbal notification on May of this year, and we right away sent them a letter that they will have to leave the property. Why? I'm going to tell you why. First of all, it's not legal. Second, they lied to us. Third, it was a breach of contract. But the most important thing is that my client, the one that I represent, the owner, bought this property with the idea of living over there, tear it down, and build a nice house over there. So imagine if we cause that problem with the community, he's not going to be comfortable over there, living in a place that he is the problem. That was the whole idea, okay? So as soon as we knew this, we sent them a letter that we didn't want them over there. Okay, so we went to the tenant. The tenant said, prove me that I'm renting. Okay, so I called the officer. They were talking to Officer Sosa too, or something like that. I don't remember. I apologize about the last names, okay? But the point is that I was trying to get some proof. I did my research on Google. Everywhere, we didn't find anything. So I cannot kick out a tenant that is paying the rent, okay, legally, without any proof. You know how difficult it is to go against that, you know, in this state. So I say, okay, listen, I've been getting complaints from you guys. You say that's not real. The city says that you are in violation of all of this. The residents now, they are complaining to us, to everybody, so you have to leave. All right, so they say, okay, let me find a place to do it. Meantime, I personally put some notes. Please pay, correct the situation, and leave ASAP. So if it was in my hands or the owner's hands, believe me, we will kick them out a long time before.
Letter in, please.
Why we did that? We rented for $3,000, which is nothing for a property like that, just to cover the $15,000 property taxes and the $10,000 insurance. That's it. Why? Because we thought that the blueprints and the permits and everything for the seawall would take around a year. And we were trying to make some, you know, save some money here. That was the whole idea. But this went out of our hands. The owner is completely disappointed now. He feels shame about this. I mean, he was supposed to tear it down and build a nice house and live over there, and now everything is a chaos. So I went to the properties. The tenants, they are not there anymore.
When did they move out?
They moved. Excuse me. They moved out on the 3 days ago. 3 days ago. But they start taking out all the jet skis and everything like 2 weeks ago. And before that, they told me they were not renting anything and they were not using anything. But again, this is what I saw. This is their word. I understand a lot of people in the community, they are very pissed off with us. Believe me that we didn't have any intention of do that. And again, May, we asked them to leave. And we call our attorney, and they say, okay, are they paying the rent? Are they late? One day, kick them. No, they are not late. Do you have something like a receipt or something from anybody? No. Okay, Sarijo. So we have to wait till this is out and keep on pushing them not to rent anything or do anything. But we were in the middle of the situation, Your Honor, you know? I mean, we didn't do anything on purpose to the community. And we didn't rent it. We don't, I mean, if we want to do business with this, we will go with Airbnb. Or something like, yes, because people, they lie to the community. They say that they don't do that, and they do that. You just Google them, and you see all of them. We didn't want us to do that in our community. We were thinking to build a house of $2 million to live over there. That's ridiculous. We don't want that.
And as the manager is stating, upon me taking over this area, being Keystone, in May, this has been dropped on my plate, and as he stated that we have been issuing violations. We have issued civil violation tickets. I understand that yes, he did give them a letter stating that they needed to move, but you know, as we see here now, it's November. The residents have been calling me almost every day, if not every every week, in reference to these violations. I do understand that the tenants has moved. I have inspected the property today and see that the property is vacant right now. What the city is asking for, if we can. Possibly if we can get a fine, at least for the time that the violation was not into compliance. If we can give, a guilty finding, or at least, assess some type of fine or assessment from the time frame again that this has been going on. That's where the city is standing at this present time.
Can I say something, Your Honor? I understand that, officer, but we didn't know about it.
Well, clearly, from your own omission, you stated that you've known about it since May.
No.
when you gave them letters and stuff.
No. You're right, but I mean, like, they have many citations. You know what I mean?
Yes.
What I have, it's only what I have. Probably they got them and they didn't say anything to me. Again, they lied to me so many times, and they lied to everybody. I'm sorry. I mean, there is nothing we can do if we don't know.
Well, again, by your own admission, you said that you knew as of May.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
we've,
for
we've
this one
issued
that we
several
got, yes,
violations.
Yes, that's correct.
We've
For that
even
one,
been
yes.
before the magistrate for ticket appeal with tickets that they had for running a business that, by even the tenants' own admission, that they did have a business. We upheld the tickets, and this has been going on for some time. I know we can't have a continuing fine seeing that they've moved, but at least we would like some type of fine assessed, at least for the time frame that this was going on.
Your Honor, the city would request you to find this a repeat violation under section 21-19 of the code, which allows you, based off of the testimony of the code enforcement officer, that there were previous violations of similar nature which were upheld by this court. It does allow you to find this to be a repeat violation, in which case you can start your fine from the day that the violation occurred till the day of compliance.
If I can, the HOA president for Keystone, Karen DeLeon, is asking, can the residents of that area speak? They would like to give testimony as to what's been going on, aside from what I and Ndola have been seeing, since they are the ears and eyes of the city, and again, the neighbors. They are asking, can they give testimony?
Absolutely. Before I hear from the neighbors, can I hear from the officer? Please state your full name for the record.
Good evening, Judge. Officer Guido Ndolo.
And what have you observed, and how long has this been going on?
Like she said, we've been getting the complaints probably since last October. I can't be exactly accurate on that. I know it's been about a year, if not more. And the complaints were coming from the residents, complaining of them. Initially, they were speeding down the canal on the jet skis. And then we heard complaints that they were renting the jet skis. We believe there was a total of 12 to 13 jet skis at some times. Every weekend we were monitoring the situation. We'd check them if they were doing any violations, and every time we stopped them, it was somebody different on the jet skis. Of course, we never had anybody admit that they were renting, but from everything we saw, that was what was going on. And that's what we observed, just day in, day out. Sometimes they were coming in late at night, running down the canals, after hours, plowing. We were getting complaints every day. I have half the canal calling me every day. So a lot of in and out, just complaints of speeding and the renting is what we had. Also then towards the end, I guess the last several months, they had a jet boat that was, looked like it was escorting them in and out of the canal. The last 6 months, they kind of slowed down a little bit on the canal. But because the boat was there, they brought in a boat, and it seemed like they were escorting, almost like they were running charters. That would be my part.
All right, call your first witness.
Karen, does anyone wants to speak on this property? These are the residents that live right behind the residents off of Hibiscus. You can, either one.
I think what we'd like a guarantee is that they will not rent to another irresponsible party.
Excuse me?
that y'all won't rent to another irresponsible party.
We are selling the property,
Wonderful.
we are out of
Seriously?
that.
It's been on the market for
before,
6 months.
excuse me, as I told you before, as I told the community before, the person they represent is very honorable and no, don't go like this because you are prejudging people and you don't have. But let me let.
My name is Joe Birdsong. This is my wife. I've lived at 1860 South Hibiscus Drive for 40 years. This guy is an absentee owner. Now,
He's the
I don't
manager.
hear too good, so I didn't catch his name.
He's the manager.
Pardon me?
He's the manager.
Manager.
The owner didn't even
But
bother
where's
to
Mr.
show up.
Pinto? Where's Mr.
Well,
Pinto?
sir,
Wait,
could
wait,
you
wait,
please
wait.
go ahead? and
Okay,
tell me-
let's do this orderly. Sir, I'm right here. Speak to me.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sorry,
What is
Bob.
it? Okay. What is it that you want me to know?
I want you to know that the residents on this canal between Keystone Boulevard and South Hibiscus Drive are furious as to what's going on. This matter has been going on since September of last year. They have moved in there, and for an absentee landlord to say he is not aware of what's going on in that house, as much as he paid for it, he doesn't come by and see. He just gets the rent check, so he could care less of what's going on. I don't think there's been any attempt by anybody to stop this situation. And they have been using these jet skis. I saw the disc of your August the 15th hearing. Now, I think that lady lied to you. I've been looking at this. They gave an address of 1717 North Bayshore Drive, Suite 127. I went down to that address and looked at the business directory for that area there. It's got jet ski operations, it's got clothing stores, food stores, and everything else. There was no listing for the name of this corporation they're using. I don't have it right in front of me. Family Fund something. But the bulletin board showed that in 127, supposedly, there was a dog grooming service. People there said that if they thought it was closed. I checked with Secretary of State, and it is showed that office, that dog grooming service is closed. It was dissolved for lack of filing a business report. I subsequently then checked on some other matters and to see what we could find out about it. Now, like I say, that Ms. Contano, I don't have it. Let me get my name of the lady who spoke to you on August the 15th hearing. She was stating that they operated out of that area and had a business license from the city of Miami for a certificate of use. And they had a business tax receipt from Dade County for that other license. You ruled that they operated out of the 1835, and as such, they had to have the two licenses from the city of North Miami. And as a result of that, I thought if the city of North Miami gave these people those two licenses, then you're opening up Pandora's box. People may come home in the evening and look across the house, across the canal from them, and see another jet ski operation. So then I started following up on a little more. I went to the net operation office for the city of Miami on 69th and Biscayne Boulevard to get a copy, if I could, of the certificate of use. I did this on the, one moment, Your Honor. On the 31st of this month, last month. The lady could not give me a printout from the computer, but I had my wife print off me a blank copy of the occupational license. So I asked the lady, I've highlighted on here what information I need. I don't need a social security number or anything like that. I don't want personal information. I just want to know what they put on the license. Now, it starts off with the corporation is Miami Foreign Affairs, LLC. They have a phone number on here, which I think is the phone number for the person who signed this, Michelle Madrid. She's the daughter of the lady who testified here on August the 15th. The nature of the business. Oh, they also give the address is 1717 North Bayshore Drive, Suite 127. I'll get back to that in a minute. And the nature of the business. Office offering reservations for clients' rental services. Now, everybody's been saying we can't find out where they are advertising. Everybody's saying we can't find it. Well, now, once you get this, you see they're not advertising. I think what they're doing is using a broker service. Somebody's hanging around these tourist areas, and somebody wants to rent a jet ski. He says, I can make you a real deal. Jet ski rentals are very expensive if you look on the internet. So they come up with a price. So I got 3 guys here that'll offer $150 for 3 hours rental. He calls up Michelle, I got 3 guys here, can you take them? That's how they get doing the business rather than advertising. It's based on this. Now, it's signed by Michelle Madrid, responsible party, on 7/25/2018.
And remind me, how is Michelle Madrid related to
She's the
this-
daughter of this lady who testified on August the 15th.
Your Honor, she's on the lease contract
Okay,
with the mother.
okay. So they're the ones who since moved out of the property?
Yeah, and the property is empty. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait a minute, they also,
Speaking to the microphone. Speaking to the mic.
the jet skis left day before yesterday.
No, there's nothing over there I can show you.
Yeah, day before yesterday, I live across the canal,
Yeah,
sir.
I know everybody's
Okay.
been watching around and behind and in the night, and the middle of the night, and then
That's
2 a.m.
when
in
they
the
were
morning.
moving 'em.
I agree with you guys.
They were moving
Again,
them in the middle of the night.
But let me tell you, I started this conversation, Your Honor, apologizing because we didn't know about all this. I understand.
My husband could find it, why couldn't y'all?
But can I speak? I'm just telling you that we didn't. I'm not saying that it's not correct what your husband did. I'm not saying that he's not right. I'm just saying we didn't know about all this situation. Admit. We,
Allow one
Sorry.
person to testify at once.
Sorry.
At a time. Go ahead. No, you're go
So-
ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Your Honor. What I'm saying is, when we knew verbal, and as soon as we knew in May of last year, with one of those violations that we are mentioning here, we sent them a letter of they have to leave. Then we call, May 3rd.
All right, yes, I was about to ask him if you can pass it forward.
It's not like we didn't want them out of here. We want them out of here. Then we call our attorney, Mr. Kaufman, and he said, you have to prove that they have a breach of contract, that they are renting. And then it say, yes, I made them sign this a year ago, that they cannot sublease and do nothing like that.
Pass me a copy of,
I want you, sir, to take a look at it. It was more than a year ago that we did an addendum that says, please do not rent. You are not allowed to rent. It's not like we knew about it. 3rd paragraph, you can see over there. You take a look at it, please. Again, I'm not here to confront the community. I understand the community.
Your Honor, permission to respond.
1 second.
If y'all were aware of the penalties and everything,
One
why didn't you
second,
do a
one
little
second.
research? 1 second for what?
Okay, leave this here, leave it here. You wanted to add something? I'm sorry.
Actually.
Okay,
wanted to
1 minute, the city attorney, go ahead.
So in response to the property manager's comments, the city rejects the argument that because he was unable or had a hard time to evict the tenants, that he should not be held liable. The law is clear that even if it is the actions of the tenant, or if it's a tenant that's committing the code enforcement violation, code enforcement violations run with the land, and it's whoever the property owner is of that land who is liable, regardless of who commits the actual violation.
Can I answer the, just one question, little question?
Sure.
Thank you. I understand, but the point is, we didn't know really. We didn't have any proof in writing. We did our research, and as the gentleman said, it wasn't easy to find something that were advertising online. Yeah, we didn't find it, and we worked with the officer Cesar, and we personally didn't find him. Maybe he's more skilled than me on that, but we didn't find it. And I say, I need some proof, officer, any proof that give me something, even a picture.
Sir,
So, you know,
you would,
I'm
humor me. You would say that engaging in the sale or lease of a property, that's a business, no? I mean, you were leasing the property, that's a business?
I don't understand the question.
Were you not leasing the property?
We are leasing the property as a rental property,
Okay, it's a rental
residential.
property, so
It's
you
a
were
residential.
generating income from that.
Uh-huh,
So that's a business arrangement, you had a tenant there.
correct.
Okay, most lease provisions provide for these instances. So I'm not sure what your lease says, but I'm telling you that the property owner is liable for code violations. And as part of your business arrangement, most attorneys would recommend that you include in your lease provisions that you can go after your tenant for any fines or liens that are assessed to you, the property owner, on behalf of your tenants.
Now I know.
So what the city's argument is, that that the violation still existed, that the fine can still be assessed, and the property owner is liable for that fine. Now, how the property owner recoups that fine from the tenant is a separate issue and not one that should be weighed upon today.
Okay, I still haven't seen any receipt for rental. Can I see one, please?
Are you now saying you didn't rent the
No.
property out?
No. I'm talking about the jet skis rental. The reason why we're here is because it says over here that they are renting jet skis. And I don't have any receipt from anybody to see it. Nobody presented me a proof that they are renting. Even though they are, I don't have nothing in writing. That's exactly what I'm
Sir,
saying.
wasn't it your previous testimony that you were aware that these activities were occurring on the property?
When we
I'm
got this,
confused.
when we got the notification.
Sir, in your opening statement, you admitted you were aware of these activities. No, but you admitted that you just became aware of it in May. You apologized to the community for it, and
Yeah.
now are you sitting here alleging that these activities never occurred?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you are talking to me about the lease contract and all the whatever you should say over there. And I'm answering you in the same reference. I'm saying that when you want to finish or you want to go after somebody for something that is in a contract, you have to have proof. That's only what I'm saying. That's the only thing I'm saying to you. Something in writing. I mean, something that okay,
The city rests on the testimony of the officers, and
I-
currently, we are trying to put on a presentation of other witness testimony, which validates that the illegal activities were occurring during the time period.
Me too. That's why when Officer Cesar called me in May, we didn't have anything in writing. I sent them the letter that you have over there, that we want them out of the property.
I understand, but the city
Verbal.
rejects that argument. The violations were still occurring during that time period by the tenant, and the property owner is still liable during that time period for the activities of the tenant.
Okay, it's okay. I'm not gonna. I mean, you're an attorney. I'm not.
Permission, Your Honor, for our witnesses to be able to continue with their testimony.
All right, let's make it brief.
The residents on Hibiscus is pointing out to me that on the tenant's application for their business tax receipt, it specifically states that they are offering reservations for clients for the rental services of the jet skis. And it says here, as they stated, Michelle Madrid, and it's listed the property address being 1835 Keystone Boulevard. If you would like to see this, I can pass it over to you and then pass it up to Madam Magistrate. But it specifically says for the reservation for clients of the rental.
Okay.
Before I pass this up, he's asking how was he able to find this out? You know, and I'm apologizing, but I guess I'm saying the same way as they did. And I will say the same way as I did when it was first brought to my attention. I went on sunbiz.com, merely pulled up the address of the property, and that's when Miami Foreign Affairs came up. Now when you pull it up, I think it's coming up to Smoky Bros or Smoking Brothers or something to that effect. But I went on sunbiz.com and pulled it up myself. In addition to this information.
Okay.
I mean, that comes up with any business on sunbiz.com.
Okay.
Ronald Reagan said many years ago, trust but verify.
Do we have any other residents who would like to give testimony?
What does that sound?
I want to wait until she's ready.
Good evening, sir. Please state your full name and relationship to the property.
Good evening,
Evening.
Madam Magistrate. My name is Jody Ben-Yunis. I live down the block on Hibiscus Drive on the other side of the waterway. And good evening to you as well, Madam City Attorney. You're doing a wonderful job. As of September 2017, this is when this property started having a jet ski rental. As of that month, I, along with a few other neighbors on my little chunk, which is a considerable ways down the canal, started taking pictures and video. I got involved with the wonderful Officer Guido Andolo and Jean Sosa at around that same time, and they are very, very, very conscientious officers, and they've been great to us, hearing everything and taking all of our video and pictures. At the time that we started compiling the evidence of what was going on, code compliance was still under the city of North Miami's PD, and it wasn't broken off at the time. So we were basically feeding all of our evidence to them. So I would first, I'm not going to address this property manager, I'm going to address you, because I don't want what happened before with my other lovely neighbors to happen with me. I don't want to debate this man. But I will tell you that this property manager, if he were actually doing his job, would have been able to do exactly what we were doing, and he would have known. The property owner was given a number of phone calls and letters by myself. I can't speak for anyone else. But these are the things that I was doing and relaying to the officers because they were the front line at the time when the PD was over code compliance. Nobody ever returned my phone calls. Nobody in a property management role ever got back to me. And I literally, I mean, I brought some of the pictures and videos that I gave to the PD. They have everything, the PD. But
I have nothing, but I'm listening to I have the
if you'd
testimony.
like to, if you'd like to
I'd
see,
love to see, yes,
sure.
what you have.
I can hand it to Miss Saunders, and she can give it to you. Just flip left and flip right, and you can see some of the jet skis in the front of the house, in the back of the house. This is part one. As soon as you don't see jet skis, I'll give you part two. So as the months went on, we had a literal parade of what I can only describe as not so nice people on jet skis. And I'm being very generous. These are people that probably had warrants out for their arrests, and I say that because when you would tell them to stop speeding down the channel or the canal, they would literally try to get off of the jet skis and onto our docks and fight us, like get in fist fights over just being told to slow down. So when calls went unanswered by the property owner, who is very easy to find, you just look up the property address and his name pops up under the LLC, and then you get no calls back, you're left with only one option, which is to engage the police department and code. And they have done, I can say, a stand-up wonderful job in trying to hedge this. But after month after month after month after month, with nobody calling us back when we try to engage property owner or property managers, and month after month after month of the police stopping random people for random violations, I would conclude by asking you to impose the maximum fine and the maximum levy on not just this property owner, but this property management firm if they are able to be levied some sort of a fine for basically turning a blind eye. They can say from here till the end of time that they didn't know. I can come back and say that ignorance of the law doesn't excuse her from following the law. They knew. They not only knew, they ignored it, and they made life literally a living hell for us who live on that channel. And I would ask that you as the magistrate send a message to any and all that plan or want to do something similar so that they won't. Send a strong message. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And my phone.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, next. Your name?
Good evening. My name is Eddie Moliner. I am 2 houses away from him on Keystone Boulevard. It's surprising, later on to find out that this was something that was like a secretive operation going on, because at one point I remember seeing near my house on TV, because there was a jet ski that was stolen on the canal. So I saw it on TV, I recognized, I'm like, that's all my neighbors. Then I realized it was the property where they were coming all these jet skis in and out. So I went on my boat that day, the day after, and I passed by. And as I passed by, I asked the lady, wasn't this the house that they broke into a jet ski? And she's like, yeah, they stole one of my jet skis and that. I'm like, well, if you stop renting jet skis and having people come in and all over, this wouldn't happen. And her answer was, no, it wasn't none of my rentals. That had to have been somebody else that was down here. So at that point, I figured this is like an open operation. So it wasn't until I spoke to our wonderful officers here that I found out it wasn't an open operation. And obviously, she just admitted it to me. But obviously, I'm pretty sure she was not going to go ahead and put that in writing or anywhere else. But I think that this person, when they rented that property, had in mind this whole rental operation on it, okay? And just like Jody was saying, it was very nuisance of seeing people going, not just on jet ski, but being towed by big rafts, taking pictures, going around, so all your backyard and everything's being exposed. So that they did not know this, and I'm pretty sure some of my neighbors contact the owner. I know that I have no way of knowing the owner or anything, but there's no way of anyone or a property manager, because I own property and I rent it too and I lease it, there's no way they would have just taken the time on one day of their life to pass by and see those jet skis coming in and out, that they wouldn't have known that there's something illegal going on. So once again, just like my previous neighbors say, that if you guys could lay upon them the heaviest fine to send a message, because I'm sure they're going to continue to rent, because I'm sure now the market is not for selling. they're not gonna be able to sell. So if we do not send a strong message, there's other properties that are renting around, they're gonna have issues too. And also the parties that were going on, because after the hurricane, like the fences were off, so you could see the parties and you could hear them. It was a nuisance when I have small children trying to go to sleep at 12 and you could hear the music from my house. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Daniel Coleman. I've been living in 1910 South Hibiscus since 2000. And of course, I've monitored the canal. I know what goes on. And like the neighbors are all making a point, this is exactly what's going on. They knew. Everyone knew. It was like you don't have 7, 8 skis in someone's backyard, period. So with that being said, law enforcement has something better to do than chase these guys around. There's, you know, again with the clientele that I had verbal with them, slow down. The city, I mean, first of all, the wake that they're making is taken away from my seawall at $1,000 a foot. I don't want to put a seawall in for somebody else's BS. So with that being said, you know, I've been on the bandwagon with everyone. This gentleman went over beyond, you know, he did his homework. Same thing with you. You could have did your homework. You didn't do shit. And I got to pay to put a seawall in? Thank you.
More?
Karen DeLeon, 1935 South Hibiscus. Sorry, guys, I'll be real fast. President Keystone Point Homeowners Association. Look, I'm sorry. I know this isn't your dream situation here, but this has been going on for a long time, and the city is the one that's been paying because you've been paying these officers to do the work. So I think that it's only fair that the city's compensated for the amount of time that these officers have been going out, and I think a strong message needs to go out that this just isn't okay to do. Thank you.
I also have pictures if you would like to see of the activity that I've been seeing at the property. Otherwise, I'll turn it over to you and you can adjudicate the case. And
Pass forward your the photographs, and I'll hear from the city attorney in terms of city's recommendation for penalties.
So under section 21-20 of the city's code, Your Honor, you have the ability to do two things. You can find this to be a repeat violation, which allows you to levy a fine in any amount up to $5,000 per day for each day that that violation existed. Or you can make a finding that this violation is irreparable or irreversible in nature. And at that point, you can levy a flat fine of $15,000 for the entire violation. Being the fact that these were rentals that occurred, it's not like the property owner can go back and undo the damage. The city would support a finding of irreversible and uncorrectable in nature for this type of violation. But in the alternative, we would accept the repeat fine of up to $5,000 per day for each day that the violation occurred.
The last photos that I sent up are what the property actually looks like today. She, Miss Michelle did give me a call today. She wanted me to do a final inspection showing that they were out of the property and that it was vacated. So, again, the last pictures show what the property looked like today, roughly. I know you have the pictures. I think it was like 4:30.
I'm ready to rule. Anything else?
Not on this case.
All right. I heard testimony of the neighbors about the activities that took place for approximately a year. I heard testimony of, I couldn't write everybody's name down, and I have them as resident 1, 2, witness 3, 4, about the gentleman, the second gentleman after the couples testified, who stated that he has been sending letters to the owners since I think I quoted September 2017, and made phone calls. I heard testimony of jet skis speeding down the canal. I've reviewed the photographs. I've also heard your testimony, sir, stating that you became aware of the activities in May of this year. And you indicated that you didn't believe that you had enough to remove the tenants from the property. I having a little difficult time with that aspect of your testimony, only because just based on the photographs that were provided to me, I'm seeing photos of about between 5 to 8 jet skis. The city's photographs, I don't know if you had an opportunity to review them. And they are these lifts?
Yes, they are lifts. And Dola, can you verify, are they lifts? Oh, let's see. This is what it looks like all the time when we're out
It
on the boat.
seems like they're,
Yeah.
No, the
Okay.
lift have been there since before we bought the property.
okay, I understand that,
No,
but
we don't, I mean, we didn't know if they work or not because.
I'm seeing several jet skis. I mean, for one residential property, that's a lot of jet skis. As a property owner, you should have been curious enough to question what's going on the property. In addition to the fact that you have all these property owners, saying there's something going on, there's this nuisance with the new tenants in that house, and all these folks that are coming around and causing issues in the neighborhood and speeding down the canal, and the officers saying that this is what they've observed, and so I'm having a hard time understanding how, if this has been going on since September 2017, how you've indicated
No,
that you only became aware of this in May of this year, 2018. I don't think that we have a room full of neighbors, people who
But
are saying that this has been going on since
but I'm not lying to
2017.
you, Your Honor.
And the fact that when they applied for the occupational license, they indicated the place of business, they listed your property as the principal place of business. So again, when you stated that you couldn't find proof that this was going on, that raised, an eyebrow as well, as to whether or not you knew and you turned a blind
No,
blind
Your Honor,
eye.
not at
And
all. Not at all,
You
Your
just
Honor.
didn't want to find out what was going on the
No,
property.
not at all, Your Honor. No.
So that's an issue. That's an issue for me.
No, not at all.
So based on the evidence presented in the testimony of the code enforcement officer and the witnesses who testified on behalf of the city, I do find that the violation did exist. I find in favor of the city entering adjudication. I do find that this was irreversible and uncorrectable. And I do issue the maximum fine of $15,000, and that's my ruling. I'm sorry.
There are 3 more cases on this property.
Same property?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Number
yeah, same
35
property.
is the next case, which is
Yeah, this-
CELDR 2018-00064.
Shanna Sanders, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer, companion case, for property address 1835 Keystone Boulevard. Case number is, CELDR 2018-00064. This is also a new violation. This violation is in reference to, land development regulations. I will pass up photos of the property. This violation was originally cited October 1st, sent the letter on October 16th. No response was made to me. Went ahead and sent a final notice on the 19th, posted the property the next day on the same day on the 19th. More so, our land development regulation states that proper driveways need to be installed at single-family residence. The tenant at the time, from what I understand, I believe it was the tenant who did this, poured some rocks along the front of the property where they were parking the jet skis and parking a couple of trucks and trailers in order to tow the jet skis. So this is in reference to the not having a proper driveway installed at the house. I will pass up photos if you would like to see as the property manager gives testimony. She stated, and again, per the conversation of me and the tenant, she stated that the manager and the owner knew what was going on. They gave her the approval to pour down these rocks. But again, this is in violation of what our ordinance requires for driveways.
So the violation that they put the rocks? That they put them?
Yes, the tenant put them on the night.
I thought that you needed to put more rocks.
Yes.
cover-
If she's going to leave, if you're going to leave the rocks there, the property owner going to have rocks there, they need to make it look like a properly installed driveway. There's grass area that's growing along the rocks. That needs to be pulled, maybe some weeds and stuff, but she needs to properly install it as a driveway. So either pour more rocks and obtain the proper permit, or remove the rocks and just leave it and resod it in the front.
Okay. Before the rocks were there, the grass was over there. And these tenants, they trim the trees and took some of them. We had a case with the city with Liam Plas, and we attended the citation. We did the mitigation tree. We paid to the city. We made a donation to the city because we were thinking of tearing it down, and we don't want to waste the money on planting new trees. And that part was all the time was grass. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I have. Liam Plus is, I have the case here, and it was, I don't have the pictures here, Your Honor, but it was like,
How long do you need to comply? Are you going to add, more rocks, or are you going to remove?
No, we started, putting more rocks. I have the pictures here. But then when we talked to the landscaper, the landscaping guy, he said that it wasn't weed, it was grass. And it doesn't make sense to cover because it's going to keep on growing and they cannot.
In between okay.
Exactly. So we stopped right away. I have the picture. I can show you this halfway. So the point is I went to my records and I found the records when we sit with Miss Plath over there and we sat over there and we paid for everything and I saw the picture that it was grass. So it's okay. It was okay. We didn't, if somebody put some rocks over there, the rocks are wrong.
What he's referring to in
the grass is going to grow.
Yes, give me a moment. What he's referring to with Ms. Plass was a violation that prior officer Ed Fisell, now retired, cited them for the cutting of the trees. This is violation in reference to the rocks there. They did, because then I guess I'm giving, going by the conversation of me and the tenant, she stated that in order for them to make space for them to park some of the vessels there, they removed trees and then end up pouring the rocks, but he was only cited for the removal of the trees. I think we all know you need a permit to remove trees from residential properties. So again, that was not in reference to this violation. He was only cited for the trees. I have a resident who's asking, can he give testimony in reference to this as well?
Okay, so I can put more rocks, Your Honor. I have no problem with that. I can solve that right away, 2-3 days.
All right, let's table this one for 30 days.
Okay.
The next case is CEPFY 2018-00670.
For new case, Officer Sanders, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer, for case CEPFY 2018-00670. We're going to ask that this case be dismissed. This was for the parking of the vehicles on the front lawn, seeing that the tenants have
moved out.
vacated. Yeah, we're going to ask that this case be dismissed.
Granted.
The next case is CERCV 2018-00198.
Shanna Sanders, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. This is a new case, 1835 Keystone Boulevard, CERCV 2018-00198. That was originally cited on December 1st, sent another letter on the 16th, made it a short time frame, didn't get any response. Went back on the 19th, sent, filed it for notice to appear so that it can come before the magistrate today. Spoke with the manager about a week ago regarding this violation. This violation in reference to the actual parking of the boats at the property. He has jet skis and boats. Our ordinance states that in order to park recreational vehicles, jet skis, boats, that you have to have an administrative variance. This property does not have one. So again, this is what this violation is in reference to. I'll let the property manager explain why they don't have an administrative variance in, or if they wish to obtain one. You know, I guess now with tenants being gone, he can give testimony as to what they plan to do.
I don't know what to say.
I'm sorry, what are you saying?
I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't know why they don't have that. I don't even know that they. Whatever I say right now, officer, is not going to make any sense. It's over for us.
All right, what's the city's recommendation?
They already left, so they. I know what you're
All
going to say.
jet skis removed from the
They
park?
have
Yes,
all-
I will say, I will say, you know, that all jet skis are removed. I do have pictures of what the property looks like today. So, you know, if you want to dismiss this one, I am okay with that one as well, since we did levy such a heavy fine on the first one. Yes, all jet skis and boats have been removed as of today.
So the
I
city
have
would
pictures.
recommend dismissal with a word of warning. If any other recreational vehicles are
On-
to be parked on the property, then
promise,
a
it's
proper
not gonna be
variance
there.
must be applied for and
I
obtained.
agree. It's not going to.
Understood?
100%, Your Honor.
All right, sir. Okay. Is this everything for this property?
Yes, it is.
All right. Thank you,
I
everyone.
apologize to
I
everyone.
wanna, I wanna say something to the community 1 second. Again, it doesn't matter whatever you think. We apologize for that. It wasn't our intention. Probably we didn't do the right thing at the right moment. We didn't pay too much attention. We apologize again about that. We are sorry about that. And well, hopefully we are serving as an example for the rest of the people, because I don't think everybody's 100% kosher over there. So unfortunately, we are the one who's going to pay for that. But again, I apologize for that. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Your
you.
Honor. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Have a good night.
Sorry, Guido.
Allow them to leave. Allow the exodus. No, I'm good. We're good. All right, you may call the next case.
The next case is item 52, Jean Senat. Ernest Baptiste is the officer in the case number CENUS 2018-00583.
Good evening, sir. Please state your full name and relationship to the property.
Good evening. My name is Jean Senat. My first name is Jean. My last name is Senat.
Thank you, sir.
I rented my property 1 year ago.
Mr. Senat, allow the officer to give his testimony first, and then I'll give you an opportunity to respond. Okay?
Ernest Baptiste, City North Miami Code Enforcement Officer. This is a case that was open for items stored under the carport. Case was opened on July 20, 2018. Posted the property on October 16, 2018. Took pictures, and there's a sofa and other items stored under the carport.
I don't know anything about it.
It's been open since July?
Yes.
Okay. And tell me about notice again.
Certified mail was sent out to the property, and property was posted on October 16, 2018.
All right, and when you went by,
It was
what was the first? Today's
yeah,
the 7th, last week?
Yes, it was still like that.
Okay. All right, Mr. Sina.
1 year ago, I rented my house. Before I rent my house to Miss what's her name? Eddie Hernandez, I spent everything. I told her, you have to make sure don't put trash outside. You have to know what you have to do. But I didn't know anything about what she did. When I received the letter in my and somebody give me the letter, I said, wow, what's going on? I come down, I talked to her. She told me on Wednesday, on Wednesday, he tried to clean his stove. On Thursday, he put all those stuff outside. Another day, they give him a warning, but I didn't know that. He told me again on Friday, they don't pick it up. On Monday, they still leave it there outside. That's all I know.
All right.
That's all I know. But I give her a notice. I give her a notice to leave my house by next month because she just that's the first time that thing happened in my house. It's never happened. I get my house like almost 20 years. I never get anything, no violation, nothing in my house. First time.
Okay.
I give her a notice today to leave my house by this December.
Okay. And as far as we know, this is still there.
Still
correct?
there, yeah.
All right.
For now,
It's under the carport. By the abatement day, it was still there.
Okay. So you probably need to go by the house and
I'm going
address
back
that.
now.
So I'm giving you 30 days to
Yes.
comply. What are we? Actually, well, I guess it's not 30 days after all. By November 28th. You have until November 28th to comply. If you're not in compliance, our next hearing date is December 5th. On that day, I will make a determination. If you're not in compliance, there you'll have to pay a daily fine amount of $150.
Okay.
I find in favor of the city and return adjudication. November 28th.
28. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Have a good evening.
Same to you. Thank you. Thank you, officer.
The next item is item number 32, Gloria Walter. Jose Perez is the officer. The case number is CEMHA 2018-00003.
Is anyone here?
Yeah, it's the
Huh?
lady right in the second row right there.
Oh, okay. Tell me again, item number 32, sorry. You can state your name and your relationship to the property, and if you wish to sit during the proceeding, you may do so. Okay?
Okay. My name is Gloria Moore Walter. I lived in the house with my mother for the past 25 or 30 years. And she died last year of Alzheimer's. And my name was on the house, and then after she died, everything was transferred over to me or whatever. And now it's only one salary coming in the house. I work for Publix. I work 23 to 24 hours a week.
Miss Walter?
Yes.
I don't know anything about your case yet. I'm going to allow the officer, I'm right here.
Okay.
I don't know anything about your case. I'm going to allow this officer to testify. You may have you can sit down if you wish to do so. And once he's, present his case, and then you can come back up and you can tell me whatever it is that you want me to hear.
Okay.
Okay?
Good evening. City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer Perez. At 102 Northeast 124th Street, I observed a rusty shed in the rear of the property. The shed, as pictured in the photographs that I have here, is non-compliance.
Show it to her, please. Okay. All right, so it just needs to be painted?
It just needs to be painted correct.
Okay.
The
Mrs. Walter, do you want to come forward and answer? First, I want to give you my condolences
Yeah,
on your mom's
that's okay.
passing. And do you understand the violation, and do you understand what you need to do?
We've emptied out the shed. That shed was put there years ago by my own daughter, who removed personal items of everybody in the house and stuck it in that shed. Of course, it's now no longer, everything is dissolved. I mean, it's turned to dirt. So my brother and I have spent the past 2 or 3 weeks just emptying out the shed, so it's empty and ready to go down.
Oh, you're taking the shed down?
I'm taking the shed down completely. The rusty one. We're going to keep the white one. We're going to paint that one.
Oh, there are two.
There's 2 sheds there,
Okay, there are two.
but that rusty one is
Yeah.
one that my daughter put up, and it didn't preserve anything at all. Everything was in there that we lost. A whole shed full. of
Okay,
Personal items
okay.
and pictures.
Is it metal or is it?
Yeah, it's a metal shed.
It's a metal
It's
shed.
tin or metal. It's not even metal. It's tin, because that other shed's been there for 45 years and it's still white.
Okay.
That other shed was nothing but a piece of tin.
Okay, so
But
how
it
long do you
was-
need to take it down?
If I can find somebody who wants the metal, whatever they can do with that piece of metal, they're welcome to come and take it away. I don't care.
Okay.
My brother was going to take it down, but I don't want him to get anything in his eyes.
Okay, we don't want that either. All right, I'm giving you until November 28th. Take
Oh.
it down,
It'll be gone.
okay?
Yeah.
Because if you have to come back here, then I won't have a choice but to find you and to rule against you,
Oh,
and
it's going.
there will be a daily fine amount.
Yeah.
And I know you started telling me that since your mom's passing, single income and what have you. So I'm giving you November 28th.
Okay.
And our next hearing date is December 5th. If you have to
Okay.
come back here, the officer tells me that you're not in compliance, then we're going to have to deal with this situation.
I have one question. We have a lot of glassware in there that we'd like to get rid of. We don't want it. How do I dispose of it? Do I put that in recycle, or do I put it in the?
Oh, I don't know anything
what
about.
do we do with the glassware?
I
don't
don't
want to
know.
put it on the street. They might crash it and burn it all over the place.
What is the waste
It's
company?
not. It's
You
not a
probably
tr-
need to
it's
call
not a
Waste Pro.
truckload. It's
to-
not a truckload, but I just want to get rid of the glassware.
You
the
probably
proper
need
way.
to call Waste Pro, and they're the professionals. They'll probably be able to tell you.
Waste Pro would be the best contact
Yeah.
at that point.
You have the number for it?
I could give you the number.
I need that.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
The next case is item number 27, Ernesto Gonzalez. Ernst Baptiste is the officer, and the case number is CERCV 2018-00125. Item 27.
Good evening, sir. Please state your full name in relationship to the property.
Ernesto Gonzalez. Ernesto Gonzalez.
Okay.
I'm the owner.
All right.
Ernst Baptiste, City North Miami Code Enforcement Officer. On July 13, I observed at 12380 North East 16th Avenue, RV that is parked at the property. Spoke to the owner that in the city of North Miami, it's a violation to have an RV in the property. He needed a special permission or a variance. Certified mail was sent out, posted the property on October 15, 2018, and on November 1st, I took picture that the RV is still there.